Hello, all of you beautiful people. Thank you for stopping by and watching this video today. I am doing 3 different looks using the Jeffree Star Blood Money palette. This is an 18 pan palette. It's all greens or green tone, like jade and a blue green. And this is what it looks like. You've got some really pretty colors in here. I really enjoyed playing with this palette. It does retail for $52. You are able to purchase this off of beautylish.com, which is where I got mine, Jeffree Star's website, as well as, I believe, Morphe's website. I did enjoy doing 3 different looks using this. This one's a little bit more out of my comfort zone, but I do love the way that it turned out, and this is the last look. I do have swatches available at the very end after I say goodbye. So if you're interested in those swatches, just stay tuned and let's get started with look number 1. Look number 1 with the Jeffree Star Blood Money palette. With a Luxie 205 brush, I am going to go into the shade Self-Made. Pretty pigmented. Oh, that's why it looks funny. Right at the crease. Scoot up just a little bit so you can see better. Oh, my hair looks really bad. I'm just going back and forth motions. With the Chanel number 19 brush, I am going to go ahead and use the shade Money Heist. I am placing that in the intersection, the outer section of my eye. Inner, outer. It's a very pretty color. I like that one a lot. With a Chanel number 26 brush, I'm going into the shade Black Card Limit. This is going on the outer V. Oh, that is very pretty. Going back to that Luxie 205 brush with no other product. Just blending this out. Putting a little bit of this color of what's left on the brush. With a Bdellium Tools 546 brush, I am going into the shade Divine Intervention. Inner part. That's pretty. With a Bdellium 773 brush, I am going into the shade Equity. Very pigmented. I just want to add just a little bit more depth and definition. With the Bdellium Tools 781 brush, I'm pulling in my eyeshadow, my L'Oreal. I'm pulling in my L'Oreal eyeshadow single in 200 Paris. And I'm going up by my brow bone. Going back to that going back to the 546 brush and using that Divine Intervention again. Just right there. Grabbing my Chanel number 26 brush again. Going back into and I'm using the shade Black Card Limit again. And this time, I'm just going to pull it in and use it as my liner. With a Luxie 246 brush, I'm going to use the shade Equity again. I am placing this under my lash line, lower lash line to be more specific, but I've grabbed a Tarte brush. It's a dual-ended liner brush. It doesn't have a name. And I'm going into the shade Black Card Limit. Just pulling in a little bit. I'm going to finish the remainder of my eyes off camera and I will be right back. So here is the finished look. I like it. I love greens though. I've stressed that before in my videos. To finish this look up, I did use the Lancome Le Crayon Kohl, and this one is in the shade Moss, and that was on my upper waterline. My lower waterline, I used the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade Jolt. This is no longer available. This one still is. And then my mascara is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Brag. And then I did put some lipstick on, and I used the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude in the shade 12NB Michelle. All right, you guys, just stay tuned for look number 2. Second look using the Blood Money palette. This time I am going to go a little bit lighter and tone it down for like an everyday look. With a Bdellium 785 brush, I am going to use the shade Private Island. Placing this on my crease and above. I did prime my eyes using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion and anti-aging. I like this color. It is very pretty. Just going back and forth. Using a Luxie Beauty small tapered blending brush, I am going into the shade Persuasion. It's going to be this one right there. Placing this in my outer V. I'm just going back and forth, making sure it's deep enough color-wise for me. And then the remaining product, I'm making sure I put it towards the inner part of my eye on the crease. Going back to the 785 Bdellium Tools brush and dipping back into Private Island. I'm going to go slightly over what I just laid down, just so I don't have any harsh lines. Wiping off the excess, and I am going, wiped off the excess. Now I'm going to go into a single eyeshadow, and this is the Sephora colorful single eyeshadow in Lazy Afternoon, which is number 207. And I'm just going to place this up by the brow. With my Pure P60 brush, I'm going into the shade CEO, and that's this color right here. And I'm just blending it into the shadows I've already laid down. Flipping that brush over and going into the shade Divine Intervention. I'm just going to keep using this brush, and I'm going back into the shade Private Island. It's that one right there. I'm going underneath my lash line. Grabbing a Sigma E15 brush, I'm going into the shade Persuasion. And I'm going right at the lower lash line. Okay, I'm going to finish the other eye and do the rest of my eyes off camera, and then I will be right back and show you the finished look. So here is the finished look. I really like it, and I probably should have prefaced the beginning of this to say toned down for me. And it has a really pretty look to it, of course, in my opinion. I did finish the look off by using the Clinique. I used Clinique Quick Liner for Eyes Intense in the shade Intense Ivy, and I used it on my waterline upper and lower. The ColourPop Liquid Liner in the shade Grande, I placed that on my upper lash line. Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Brag, and then for my lips, I used a Pat McGrath Dreamscape is the color, I believe. I like the way that this turned out. This would be more of an everyday look for me, but that's just me. Anyway, stay tuned for look number 3. This is the third look using the Jeffree Star. With a colored rain blending brush, I am going to go into the shade Private Island. I'm going to place this right above my crease, back and forth motions. I hope the lighting's okay. I am now taking an Alamar flat brush. I am interested in going into the shade Crocodile Tears. It's going to be this shade right there. Very pretty. It's very pigmented. I am going to be placing this on the outer part of my eye and then on the inner part of my eye as well. In the inner lid, whatever. I'm not going to blend too much yet. Just laying it down. So, I, along with millions of other Americans, are experiencing these rolling blackouts, which is proving to make life a little interesting. I'm going to place the color on the other eye, and then I will be back and we'll blend out a little bit. Using my Luxie 231 brush, I think the light's a little bright. Just a second. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Sorry about that. Anyway, I'm going into that shade Crocodile Tears again, just dabbing a little bit on the brush. Just deepening up over here, blending it across the upper part of the crease. With a colored rain shadow brush, I am going to go into the shade Heavy Weighted. I am going to tap that right next to Crocodile Tears. Going back to the blending brush that I originally used from Colored Rain, going back into that first color, Private Island. Going back and forth. Just trying to make sure I don't have any harsh lines. Using that same brush, going into Divine Intervention. Just on the outer, the tail end of my brow. I'm grabbing my L'Oreal Paris single eyeshadow in Paris Beach, number 200. Made sure I wiped off the excess of this brush. I'm going to be placing this right at the brow. With a LaRousse LR110 brush, I'm going to pull my Lit Cosmetics Clearly Liquid Glitter Base and apply it to this brush and then put it in the center of my eye. So I have the product on my brush. I am tapping it in the middle of my eye. With the Real Techniques base shadow brush, I'm going into the shade CEO. Patting that right on top. And yes, I know it does look messy right this second. I'm going to fix it. Grabbing that Alamar flat brush again, I'm going back into the shade Heavy Weighted. And I'm just going slightly over CEO, blending it into what colors I already had laid down. Using that Colored Rain shadow brush again, I'm going back into Crocodile Tears, this one right there. I'm just putting it at the very tip of my brush. And I am going right at the lower lash line. Grabbing the Alamar brush, I'm going into Heavy Weighted, that bluish color again. And this is going to go in the inner third or half. I'm going to finish the rest of my eyes and then I will be back and show you the finished look. So this is how the look turned out. I actually like it, and I've been doing a little bit more with experimenting with colors and techniques. I mean, 6 months ago this probably wouldn't have been in my comfort zone to do. But I liked the way it turned out. I think it's very pretty. Again, that's my opinion, and for me, I think it looks nice. To finish this look, I used the shade Black Card Limit, and I use that at the upper lash line. I just use a small little pencil brush and put that on. The Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Deep End, I put on my upper and lower waterlines, and then I did use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Brag Mascara for my mascara today. Anyway, I do hope that you enjoyed these 3 looks. I know not everyone will appreciate each of these looks, and you may not, but I wanted to do 3 distinct different looks. I think I achieved that, in my opinion. Again, I'm experimenting with things. I want to try and do a little bit more interesting looks. I guess is how I would phrase that. Anyway, you guys, I do want to thank you for spending time with me today. I truly do appreciate it. You guys mean so very much to me. You know, it just warms my heart to know that people like watching me and my videos, and you know, all the comments. They're just fantastic. It really does make my day. It doesn't matter how crappy of a day I've had. Come home and I look at these comments and it just makes me smile, and I want to thank you for that. If you wouldn't mind, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. I really would appreciate it. It does help me out. If you're new here, thank you for taking the chance and clicking on this video. If you liked my content, there is a subscribe button just right down below. If you click on that, there's a bell notification right next to it, and it will notify you when I upload my next video. I do try to do 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then there's weeks where I'll try and do like every day, Monday through Friday, and then there's times where I may only get 1 or 2 videos up. It just depends on life. I am a nurse, and things are kind of chaotic, as we all know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, but I just want to let you know that at the end there will be swatches of each of these colors in this palette, if you are interested in staying tuned and watching that. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, evening, or night. I hope everything is going well with you. I know that things are kind of like strange this past year. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and be kind to one another. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah. Much love. Divine Intervention. Mint Condition. Chameleon Fetish. Poison Ivy. Make It Rain. Crocodile Tears. Equity. And Money Heist. I'm going to build up Money Heist just a bit so you can see. It's very pretty. CEO. Emerald Estate. Heavy Weighted. And Jaded. Private Island. Self-Made. Build that one up a little bit. Tax-Free. And I think it's Percussion. Secret Stash. And Black Card Limit. Here are all of the eyeshadows.